Shut up.
Shiver me timbers. Walk the plane.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going, Pirate Gang? I have fucking missed each and every single one of you. Nick, I miss you a whole hell of a lot as well. Our resident fanalist. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, homie? Hope you're feeling better, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Rum Report.
Yeah, dude. I made me a little herbal remedy here in my cup. I got that drink in my cup. Shout out to Kirko. I'm gonna knock this sickness out. We gonna get it out of my system. I got some tea, a shot of rum, and a packet of emergency up in here with a little bit of sugar. I'm gonna knock this sickness out. But nonetheless, I hope you guys can deal with my nasally sounding ass voice. It annoys the fuck out of me too. But we're gonna push through nonetheless. Make sure that you guys like this podcast. Definitely make sure that you share the podcast. We are almost at the 2K mark on YouTube. Twitter. I want to shout out Twitter really quick. We're almost at 3K on Twitter. So y'all keep sharing the content. Keep enjoying the content. For all of our Twitter users, I know that you're waiting on today's fantasy sleeper. I started that up yesterday. I will get you guys today's fantasy sleeper of the day. We're going to be covering a player from every team on at Rumboyz, spelled with a Z-N-E-T, like you see it right below me. Yeah. Let's dive into the show, bro. First off, man, how are you doing, dog?
I'm good, man. I've been grinding. I sent you a text yesterday. You made that challenge to me the other day, and I've been kicking the shit out of myself, dude. Doing me on my purpose. Grinding, getting ready for that lofty goal I got for next year.
Hell yes. I like it. While I've been in fucking quarantine, you've been you've been putting in work, hitting the gym. I like it, bro.
Dude, I'm dying. I'm so everywhere.
Yeah,
but it's cool. I'm gonna get right back into it as soon as the show's over.
I like it. I am going to probably pass out. Take a nap. Actually, no, I have a video comp that I got to get done for ESPN Los Angeles. Never mind. Let's dive right into the show, bro. Clearly, despite me being sick, we're both doing better than rapper Meg Thee Stallion. She did just get all of her music released from former MLB player. I believe it was last name Crawford. He played for the Dodgers.
Yeah, Carl Crawford.
Carl Crawford. This wasn't on the script, but I saw her ugly ass on First Take this morning, and I couldn't help but to talk about this. Carl Crawford, to me, always seemed like a little bit of a sketchy dude. What do you think, dude? Like, he always seemed like a little odd.
Yeah, he is a little sketchy.
Yeah, I felt bad for her at first, because I was like, oh, but then I started thinking, now there's no one to make music to tell all these women, fuck him for his money and leave.
Fuck, man, you don't want to get them. You don't want to get them on that. There's too many of them out there that are on that.
Exactly. I was thinking for a second, yes, hot girl summer is over. We are not going to get a 2020 hot girl summer. And then she was on First Take this morning. She was completely awful. Had no idea. Stephen A. Smith goes, so what do y'all think of Mike D'Antoni? She's like, who? Like the fucking coach for the Rockets. She's from Houston, completely misrepresented. I hope the album flops. So that's how I wanted to start off today. Let's get into our first actual topic. Dude, the NFL has been on fucking fire. Let's see here. About a week ago, Marshawn Lynch was announced as a guest speaker for Princeton's class day. Several students opposed the choice in a op-ed. They were upset at not being a part of the selection process, but also criticized the running back's history of terse responses to the media. How do you feel about this and these preppy ass students?
I'm for anything. Like, just take your overpriced schooling and just shut the fuck up and hear what the man's got to say. Like, Marshawn is a G in certain respects. Like, that dude is funny as hell. He's very down to earth, very grounded. The terse responses to the media, I fucking loved him. Like the media usually like what I say about media is like, you know, I want to just go down to training camp next year for the Browns and just from the parking lot, from shouting through a fence, interview players, and anything they give me, I will never turn and run and fucking use against them, which a lot of media members do nowadays. So in a way, like a terse response was from the media members, like playing out guys and like taking their words and running with them and making just trying to get clicks. I don't know. I love Marshawn. Like, just as a person, like he's just my type of dude. I vibe with that dude. He's a funny motherfucker. But I don't know. These students, like, just stay in school and shut the fuck up. Like,
absolutely. As it says back here, take care of the chicken.
Take care of the chicken.
First off, you know, half of you guys out there at Princeton, I'm talking to you, Princeton, Ivy League University, right underneath Harvard and Yale. Look, it was only, I believe, like it was a small group of students, a very, very small group. The way that I perceived this and the way that it came across to me was you didn't want Marshawn to come to your school being Marshawn.
Yeah.
What you need to realize about Marshawn is a real ass dude from the hood, but is severely smart.
Yeah, he went to Cal Berkeley. Like, that's not an easy school to get into, and it's a very like liberal, progressive freaking school. Like, if these kids are like not liking this because it's like a pretentious fucking thing.
I think that it is a pretentious thing. In the words of one great Pat McAfee, the old whites. In this case, it's just kind of the younger, the young whites raised by them. But I feel that is putting this out there. Like I said, it was a very small group. So it sounds like that the rest of the campus and the rest of the school and even Princeton leadership and administration had influence over this decision and wanting to invite him as a guest. Princeton, loosen up that fucking tie and pocketbook, Poindexter. Zachariah, I appreciate the tip. I know that you're about to get it going over there on Sportscaster. I appreciate it. We are live on Sportscaster as well as Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, everywhere that you can find us. No, for real though, it literally to me made no fucking sense. I think that there was even the way that Bleacher Report put terse response to the media in quotes, I was like, so in other words, it reminded me of when I was younger, right? When I was 17, my dad, he was like, yo, you need to get a fucking job before you graduate so that, you know, you can start getting on this adult thing now, right? I got a job in the mall at a store called Hollister as a stalker. And I'd actually gotten fired from that job right before I shipped off from the military because I was too urban.
Wow. Wow.
Look, Dr. Evil quotes lasers,
Wow.
urban, terse.
Wow.
Like it all just aligns too heavily with me. So that's my take on the situation. Princeton, loosen up, roll a joint, grab some Hennessy, and invite some bad broads and party it up. You're in fucking college, kids. Come on.
Yeah, that doesn't go on there. And over there, it's an all white party, and they pop champagne and talk about their hedge funds and trust funds, compare numbers, and then they play squash.
Shit, this man talking about protect your chicken. He knows a little bit more about hedge funds, stocks, and all that stuff than a lot of these kids at Princeton and a lot of their rich ass daddies. But Princeton, pull your head out your asses, pour up a shot, have a good time. You guys are pretentious as fuck.
And I would say a lot of people would see the intelligence in Marshawn there, but like it's just a small. It's always a couple idiots or one dumbass ruins it for everybody. But I have a feeling that group is like the same group that has money, comes from money, wants it for free. Like literally is like, I want my concert paid for. Like,
I want to group
those types of motherfuckers.
I want to group them with the football mom. Remember about a year ago, I believe we had spoke about this here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, where the football mom was at Marshawn's neck because he told the kid, get the hell out the drill because I got 200 kids that I gotta focus on.
Yeah,
kids are just like, well, we're gonna call her Karen.
Oh, yeah, she's a Karen for sure.
She's a Karen, and these are a bunch of Chads, Susans, Billies. I don't know.
No, these are a bunch of fucking, like, Elliots or fucking.
I love it. I love it. The Brady Watch is getting real. For real. Apparently, Brady and Belichick, I know somehow Brady still finds a way onto our show. It's almost over, guys, I promise. The Brady Watch is getting real. Apparently, Brady and Belichick had a phone call recently, and things did not go as planned, let's say. Let's entertain this BS here. Where does Brady end up if it's going to be with another team? Let's not even make any takes keeping him with the Patriots. Where does he go if it is somewhere else?
I've been saying for weeks, I think it's over. It's done. But at first I thought Chicago. Now I think Chicago can't afford him, and Chicago will look at other positions. And I wouldn't want to see him go to Chicago. I don't know. I don't think it would be good for either there. But I could see like I've been saying in LA, I could see him to Oakland. I don't know how I directly feel about that with Tuck Rule and in a way, fuck him. But you hear about this San Francisco 49er rumor of them shipping off Garoppolo and throwing Brady out there is heating up.
Yes, that one is starting to heat up. That one as well as Tennessee. I find Tennessee pretty fascinating because if
Tennessee would be good. You franchise tag Henry, and then you bring in Brady.
Okay. I like that. I'm going to go hot take here really quick. This is a situation that is likely not going to happen, but this is a what-if topic, so I can what-if whatever the hell I want. Brady ships out of New England. It's either one of three teams, one of four. He goes to LA for the Chargers, help increase their fan base. They sell jerseys, yada, 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 new stadium. It'd be great. Vegas, Dana White was begging for him yesterday. It's Vegas, new stadium, sales, asses in seats, all that good stuff. Tennessee, You go back with Vrabel. You got a running game with Derrick Henry. Maybe you can make something out of Corey Davis. And, of course, you got A.J. Brown and Jonnu Smith. And then, of course, San Fran. There's not – I mean, they just went to a Super Bowl, and this just makes it to where they can potentially even win a Super Bowl now when you have the GOAT. What I think that – here's my hot take. He ships out, goes to one of those 4. The Patriots call up Andrew Luck.
Yeah, but I think Andrew Luck doesn't he still have some sort of like binding like for 1 year to Indy?
Yep.
So he'll need to probably get traded. They need to give something or give money up for him or something.
Exactly. I mean, it's a far-fetched take, but hot take.
I could see it. I said it last year. Like when he retired, I'm like, ooh, what if he comes out and he goes to fucking New England? I said it after Brady. I didn't think it'd be after Brady like this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a purely what if. Zach, shout out to you for all that Donald hype over on Sportscaster. That's lit. Yeah, that's my hot take. I don't foresee it happening, but if that were to happen in the world of hot takes, that would be the hottest damn thing that could ever come true. That would be the craziest situation that could ever happen possible. Period.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see where he lands. On his phone call yesterday with Dana White, while Dana White who is a Patriots fan, was begging and pleading for him to come to Vegas. Lobbying for the Raiders, of course. Tom Brady did allude to the fact that he is going to be going on vacation, and probably in about 12 to 14 days is when he should, probably have his decision all set and ready. We will see also another thing that is impacting not only his deal, but Dak Prescott's deal and many others is the signing of this new CBA. We should get word on that later this afternoon. To my knowledge, everyone voted no. So yeah, there's that. Let's see here. Sammy Watkins tweeted on the 3rd of March, so about 2 days ago, tweeted out, "Where's my next adventure at?" And he had a couple of hashtags and stuff like that after it. So that leaves us to ponder at the question, where does he land next? There was rumors that he wasn't going to come back this year. He was going to take a break from football for a little while. Now it sounded like he wants to re-sign. D-Hop and Houston is lobbying for a reunion between them two together. What are you thinking?
I got him fired because this team needs a secondary guy. And I don't think they're going to go for Robbie Anderson because he's going to go to Carolina and he's going to team back up with Matt Rule. We talked about that a couple episodes back. I think Sammy Watkins is going to get heavily sought after by New Orleans.
Okay.
To be a secondary option to Thomas.
Okay.
They could use a secondary guy. Like that's a team too, where I could see them pulling some like Ravens, what I know the Browns are going to do too, and just throwing 2 wide receivers out there, maybe going heavy tight ends, maybe going dual back and fucking with people, just scheme wise. But they need a secondary guy. And then, hey, you throw out Taysom Hill as the fucking slot guy, or like if you do go with somebody in the slot, like they still have Smith, he's okay. They got Ginn still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll probably throw like Ginn or Smith in the slot. And then you can throw like in the 4 spot, like if you do run a heavy set, if it is shotgun 3rd and long, you could see Taysom Hill out there as just like the gadget 4th receiver and fuck with people. But yeah, I think it would really complement them to bring in Watkins.
Okay. I like it. I like Sammy to Houston. The reunion of him and D-Hop. The only negative side to this is the last time that we saw 2 premier receivers on the same team that went to college together was last year, OBJ and Jarvis Landry, and we saw how that was a fucking mess. Watkins isn't as much of a diva. I think that he's going to go there. He's going to know that it's D-Hop's team. And with the combination of Kenny Stills there as well.
Watson, yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, I mean, Watson loves to throw the deep ball. I mean, when Fuller is healthy, you're going to need a guy to be out there constantly, especially if Fuller is not healthy. If they even decide to keep Fuller. But adding Watkins to that wide receiver room already, you're talking about taking the top off of safeties all day. Deep ball all day. From a fantasy standpoint, it doesn't matter where Watkins goes. I'm still saying that he's irrelevant as fuck.
Yeah, he's underperformed. He's been a little bit of a disappointment. I thought Watkins would be a lot better. Like, he was like the guy coming out of that draft year.
Yeah, definitely a disappointment. I want to shout out every single one of you that overhyped off of 1 week of football and went and grabbed that man off of waiver wires, and you tried to start him not one but two multiple weeks in a row, and then finally after like week 4 you decided you were going to pull him. Watch our show. We'll prevent shit like that.
You want to go with consistency. We always preach that. I would rather have the guy that gives me 10, 12 every week than have the guy that gives me 22 than fucking 4 than
4, 1, 6, like just terrible numbers.
Yeah.
Another free agency frenzy topic here. AJ Bouye is one of the first big cornerback free agent dominoes to fall. And it's actually at a good price. He's going to be going to the Broncos of all teams, of all defensive units, for a 4th round pick. Party or bullshit for both sides. Let's start with Denver, since, stationed here in Denver.
Dude, that is a fucking party. Bust out the fucking pain, the fucking, bust out the Princeton fucking caviar and throw a fucking white party here. Like, that is an absolute steal for a guy of his ability. Yes, you could go out there and pay somebody. Like, he does have a high contract, but, like, what it would take to go and get somebody else, like, in a sign trade or in a straight-up trade, he is a complimentary guy. Like, he is kind of like he's like a second option, but he is like a good second option. I think it's party for him. Like, for a 4th round pick, that's great. I wish either one of my teams or one of anybody else in our community's teams like offered up that for him and got him. I think he even like is worth a 3rd in my opinion. But the price tag, that's what kind of like makes like a 4th be like ideal. But yeah, it is party. But for the Jags, it is like total like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you are being the Jaguars. Like, you are literally setting yourself up to continuously be the Jaguars and just have to figure it out and be shit, and then get some talent and then like just let it go.
So I'm actually the opposite. Like Tree said, Bouye's pretty much a CB2, but he can put up stats as a CB1. He's done it before. Getting him for a 4th round pick is absolutely beautiful on Denver's side. So I'm gonna go party all the way for Denver. You got Vic Fangio as coach. Von Miller, he's out here running the biggest peak in America, like every other week, like once a week here at Pikes Peak. He's running the incline here. Like shit's dope. Bradley Chubb, you're not gonna get much better than this. You alleviate, Chris. Oh my God, I didn't do shit last year, Harris. So you alleviate Chris Harris. Shout out to Chris Harris though, because you do enjoy rum. I see your Instagram. So yeah, you need to enjoy the Rumboyz though. Check out our podcast, Chris. But no, anyways. So for Denver, I'm going party all the way. For Saxonsville side, you got double 1s and double 4s in this year's draft and next year's draft. You have 10 picks this year and 9 picks next year. Teams are supposed to build through the draft. You're supposed to build through the draft. I like this for the Jags. It doesn't appear like you're going anywhere anytime soon. Your window of opportunity when you were in the AFC Championship and you blew it, that was your window, and that was gone. That was gone. Free up Nick Foles, start Gardner Minshew. You're gonna probably get rid of Yannick. So that's gonna be that's gonna definitely be a thing there. And then also with that, I mean, Fournette's now pretty much the only piece that's there. And per his Twitter, he's just looking around like Will Smith and Uncle Phil. Why don't nobody love me?
Yeah.
So,
the only guy there on that defense really that I fuck with is I've always loved Calais Campbell. He's getting older, but Miles Jack is like really the only guy there now.
yeah, Miles Jack is something special. He's a beast.
They'll probably get rid of him too.
That would be terrible. That would be
Jags. The Jags are just goofy. Like you might as well just hit the fucking full on reset. Just keep on getting more.
And I think that's what they're doing, and that's why I'm not being super critical over them with this move. There are a lot of people that are like, "Oh, this is bad for the Jaguars." Da da da. And I'm like, you guys aren't understanding how small Super Bowl windows are. How small
Super Bowl windows are very small. Like you got like your 5-6 year window, unless you have some like elite quarterback, elite coach, elite just culture with a team. You got like a 5-year window, unless you really have somebody that's just gonna fucking get you over the hump past the like that window. But you do. But I know Jaguars fans out there. And I know, like, I've watched Jaguars like from afar and like seen stuff they've done since their inception, and it's just rinse and repeat all the time. Like they fucking play themselves, and then they're like lowly and shit, and they're like feel bad for us. It's like no, like did it to yourself, dog.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more there. I couldn't agree more. I don't know. I'm interested to see how this works out. They're freeing up cap space. They're clearly rebuilding, and to me, there's no better sign of you rebuilding than you already got rid of Ramsey, getting rid of Boye. Yannick sounds like he's probably going to go. You got Youngblood and Josh Allen. Gar Minshew at QB, DJ Shark at receiver. It sounds like a rebuild to me. So, Jags, enjoy the next couple of years. It's going to be rough as fuck. Trust me.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be real rough.
Speaking of rough, we're going to move on to another organization that always goes through some rough shit, a rough patch. Word is that Dwayne Haskins suddenly out of nowhere has dyslexia now all of a sudden. Didn't seem to be a problem at all with all the hype, him coming into the NFL. And when he was balling out in college, where the fuck does this come from?
I knew of like rumblings of it for this time at Ohio State. Like, I knew they like partially had a problem, but like he went to a good university. Like he was a pretty decent student in high school. Like I think he like learned how to like work around it or like had people that helped him out. I don't know if that's the case in Washington. Like, I think they're kind of just like, dude, you should be this guy. And in a way, like certain factors, like you're not. So like, whatever, like just like they're kind of like hanging him out to dry. They're kind of giving him a not a solid shot, in my opinion, even though I do not think he's like really, I've never been high on him. Like a lot of people fucking call me out and say it's like crazy that I say I'll take Cardell Jones over Haskins. Like, I don't like the development. Like, I don't like the hesitancy to run. I don't like the footwork. Like there's certain things about his game that I don't like, but the fucking arm is there, dude. He has the fucking power in that arm.
Yeah.
but he doesn't use it like very much. Like I noticed at Ohio State, it was like a lot of like dump offs, a lot of like quick hitting, like slants and bubble screens and like shit to get receivers out into space. And a lot of his yards came from guys' quickness. And he still has Terry McLaurin there. But I heard rumblings of this beforehand. And he obviously like he got this far already. I kind of don't really give any credit or credence. I think they're trying to like make an excuse for him not to be the guy and like kind of do some damage control. And if they do ship him out and go quarterback, like kind of have an excuse or almost like a better reason than Arizona did with Rosen. But I feel for the dude.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. When I look at this, you know, like I said, I mean, why even put this out? You know, it makes it like you did not do your research. You are supposed to, I mean, granted, that was underneath Bruce Allen and Gruden. Dan Snyder, he was clearly, you know, trying to make sure that was his guy. Even Gruden was kind of like, I don't know if that's who I want. You got to give the kid a fair shot. Stop putting shit out in the media to mess with his head and disrupt him. This isn't how you treat a young rookie quarterback. This is not how you treat any quarterback, period. I mean, at least, especially a guy that you drafted in the first fucking round. At the quarterback position, I know that, you know, I've gone on record to kind of be like, you know, quarterbacks are pretty boys, yada, 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 this, that, and the third. And to kind of pan to that, you got to give them that treatment. You know, quarterbacks are the starving artists of football, if you will. You know, they need to be appreciated. They need to be valued. They need to be made felt as if they are valued. I have never, ever, ever, ever in almost 30 fucking years of watching football, 29 years of watching football, have seen a quarterback get heavily scrutinized and criticized at the beginning of his career and then turn around and come out and perform lights out. That shit's just not happening. You know, because the way that you're going to be performing on the field, you're always going to be thinking, you know, I need to complete, you know, X amount of passes. I need to do this in order to make sure that they see me as this type of quarterback. You're going to be playing for stats versus playing just to win.
Yeah. I'm with you. And there are even reports that, like, Urban Meyer had his moments where he got frustrated with Haskins. Like, he understood, like, how he, like, learned, like, because Urban's, like, very in tune, like, to, like, types of guys he has. He's seen all walks, and he knew he was kind of, like, his type of development, and he worked with him. But there were times where, like, he grew frustrated with Haskins. Like, there were reports that came out that he didn't think that he was, like, totally invested, or he didn't take certain things seriously in his game and in his development and learning an offense. Like, dyslexia aside, like, he just kind of thought he was, like, a good kid, talented, but, like, in certain cases kind of just, like, mailed it in on certain things. And that frustrated Urban Meyer. And like you said, shame on Snyder and Gruden, and I forget who you guys had as GM at the time, for not doing their homework.
No, absolutely. And now you're putting yourself in a position where you're talking. We talked about this the last 3 episodes. You know, going to get a quarterback in lieu of going to get Chase Young, like all you're doing is setting us back more and more and more and more and more.
Bro, I got a hot take, like hot, like steaming. Like,
what's up?
I don't think you go quarterback. I don't think you go Chase Young now either.
Okay.
I think you guys shock everybody because you do need linebacker help and you want a gadget guy, and he is
Isaiah Simmons.
Yes, I think you guys go Isaiah Simmons at 2.
That would piss off Giants fans. That would be interesting because he's projected to go to New York in most mocks. So that would be very, very interesting. And And I honestly wouldn't mind that at all. I mean, we need defense, you know. It is.
And that dude even talks about gaining like 30 pounds and playing D end. So like he is like gadget to the fucking T. That dude could play. That dude could play everything besides like just CB1. Like he could even play slide. He could even play nickel. He could fuck with some people. That dude to me gives me like Palomalu like athleticism and like intangible like just vibes. Like predict like he just sees the fucking game. That I would take him number 2 overall.
I like it. That's definitely not a bad pickup. That's a hot take right there. Let's get into fantasy football. Cool. We're gonna talk. Well, we'll talk about the Knicks later in the show. Let's see here. Let's get into some fantasy football. Play a little game here. You miss out on the top 3 draft right now, so this makes sense. You miss out on the top 3 running backs. Who are you going after? I did notice you and I went after Derrick Henry in the Battle of the Pimps.
Mm-hmm. Like we talked about in weeks prior, you miss out on those top 3, even those like, as I would call them, like fringe guys like Zeke or Kamara, like in there a little bit. I know Cook's got some run. He's up there in like top 3, top 4, top 5 in some people's opinions, but I don't know, the injury history kind of like made me like we talked a little bit before my pick. You were like asking me about Cook, like you were like advising Cook. I had just in the back of my mind like injury history, and also like Stefanski was like really a big integral part of like that run game. And I like thought of like Zimmer like being like defense, and then like now, you know, I think because Stefanski's not there to influence like let's run, like let's fucking keep it balanced, it's going to be pass because Zimmer is a defensive guy and he has Kirk Cousins for that big ass contract. And I think they're going to try to like load management Cook a little bit. So I was like, no on Cook. And they also have Madison too. So I could see like it being a split backfield. But if you miss out on any of those like top couple guys, look at a Henry, look at a Jones, look at a Chubb, look at a Jacobs. I feel like I'm forgetting one other person. Yeah, but look at those like 4. I'll think of who I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah. You know, so yeah, I mean, I me personally, you miss on the top 3. Try and go get, you know, I'm gonna start with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, leading rusher last year. I get that previous seasons he may have burnt a lot of folks. But this year, there's a high chance that he may have won you your league, especially towards the end there. So I'll take a guy like that. You're not giving me a reason heading into 2020 to pick against you. Your 2019 resume speaks for itself as to why I should go ahead and get you if I'm picking outside the top 3. Of course, Dalvin Cook for every reason that you just stated, but you got to be cautious with that one because I think there, like you mentioned, I think there could be load management. And then there's also our boy Alexander Madison back there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so but I mean, he's still a guy that you could go and get. Aaron Jones from Green Bay. I don't know if Green Bay is going to go with that whole split back carry system between him and Williams again. Williams seemed to take hits and kind of be rattled by him. So I think that Aaron Jones is a safe bet that you could go and get. If you're going to draft Aaron Jones, draft Jamal Williams. If you're going to draft, and I'm going to say this with the next guy I'm going to bring up, Nick Chubb. If you're going to draft Nick Chubb, wait, you know, in the later rounds, go get Kareem Hunt just in case. These are situations to where you can get your starter and your handcuff both in the same in the same place, and kind of shore up your roster right there. So those are the picks I like outside. And I'm really edging everyone to go to first, second rounds. You should be trying to get running backs.
See, I kind of like think that I agree with partially, but I think opposite on certain things. Like as far as like the handcuffs with Chubb, Hunt, and Jones and Williams, I think Williams will just be a change of pace guy. You saw that Aaron Jones was like the red zone guy. I think he's going to just get you touchdowns, touchdowns, touchdowns. That's why I would go with Jones, and I wouldn't even go with the handcuff of Williams. I would get some equity in like the later rounds, like get a back that you think like might take a starting job, or maybe even get a rookie running back, or like somebody that fills in a spot. Like if Miami goes and gets somebody, if they have a rookie running back, go and get that guy. And like maybe like the in between like 8 to 11 round in your draft. Like just throw that, like get one of those starters, because there's only 32 starting jobs for a running back in the NFL. Don't automatically like think like, oh, I got to get the handcuff. Like if there is a guy there, or if there's even a slot receiver there, that's more bang for your buck if you were smart and you did get like 2 bona fide stud starting backs. And with Chubb too and Hunt, like it is going to be a dual backfield, but like Chubb is the bona fide stud number 1 there. Like he's going to get his. And like Hunt's had some like issues off the field. I don't know if he's even going to be brought back. I want him to be brought back. I think it's what's best for his career and even just his mental to be back like where he's from. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. I kind of in past years I've been with like the handcuffs, but now I'm like looking at like these like rookies are coming in and they're day one ready, and they're giving a lot of carries, a lot of like they're producing a little bit, and they're giving the keys in certain offenses. I wouldn't look to like the handcuff for like certain guys. I really think that Jones is going to be the touchdown guy, and Chubb is going to be the bona fide number 1. And I think there's better equity you can get in those spots where you could get those handcuffs later on in the draft. Like I think some of those handcuffs are going to be available on waivers, and if they start to produce, that's when you go out there and you're like, I'm going to grab this guy because this guy hasn't done that much for me.
Yeah, no, there are going to be a few of them that they'll end up on waivers, and it is very select few that you would go out and in the draft you would go and get your handcuff. Cook, absolutely hands down that's a situation that you want that handcuff in the draft. Yeah, you're gonna want it because he gets injured every year, dude, since college.
I'm gonna take in Madison though with like maybe like my last 3 picks in the draft.
Yeah, that's where you always go and get handcuffs. You always get handcuffs late. You don't go and get handcuffs early. You never draft handcuffs early. If you draft handcuffs early, don't tell people that you listen to my show.
Unless you know they have a chance to be a starter. Like I took a huge risk last year. It kind of worked out a little bit because he was a PPR beast in our Rumboyz league. But I remember I took Duke Johnson at the first pick of the 6th round.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah, that was 6th round. That but the ADP had him there though. I mean that was fine. Yeah, that's not too crazy. I mean, you go with your gut, follow ADP. I mean, if it's your guy, go and get your guy. We had faith in Duke Johnson last year too. So I mean, I'm not preaching that this year though.
No, I'm not preaching that this year. That's gonna be a for sure running back for committee. Like I've lumped them. Like Duke will still produce for you if you are a full point PPR. Like maybe consider Duke, but like don't get him like the 6th, 7th. Like wait on him. Like if he's there in like the 9th, maybe like last pick of the 8th, like go take a look at Duke because he is a PPR beast. And he also gets bulk reception yards numbers. But that's like another team, like that's another backfield that I lump into like the 49ers, like stay away from even the Eagles. Like I like the idea of Miles Sanders progressing, but I'm still not sold. Like I want to see a year of solid production and him being the guy.
I like it. What's the secret when drafting rookie players in fantasy football? What do you like to? Well, what is kind of your strategy when looking at the newcomers?
I looking at personnel with that team, like matchups within their division, like coaching staff, like culture, like what's established there. When they're picked has a lot to do with like how much they're given early or how like they'll be thrown in there to see what they have in somebody. And also like that individual players like skills, like what they're good at, like what their style is. Like I kind of look at that. There's only certain rookies that, like I said, like I will take like if I know they're slotted into that like starting job. if they gotta like work for it, if they're kind of like picked in the lower rounds, I'll wait. Like I'll waiver wire them like after like 2 or 3 weeks of seeing them like have some production and get some carries and do some things if I see something. And also too, I almost kind of feel like with fantasy football in general, like and also like looking at rookies, you got to go with your gut. Like you gotta follow like gut feelings and like do like I get this, or am I kind of just like enamored, or do I fall in love with this guy, or do I actually have like this gut feeling like no, this is there's something here.
I like it. I like it. Me personally, it's depend on what team they go to. I like I really like rookie wide receivers. I feel like that those are always good places that you could bet on. You could get them late in drafts. I like to usually try and get my rookies later in drafts, unless it's for instance when Saquon came out. He was a rookie, but you were picking him 101 overall his rookie year, hands down, no matter what. You don't really have anyone in this year's class that's like that. I mean, you may have like a couple of the receivers. The running backs will probably go between like picks 10 to like 20, 10 or 10 to like below in this year's draft. But I always say watch film on them, study them, depending on what team they go to, of course, and try and get them late, because a lot of people when they're heading into their drafts, this is mainly in your home leagues. If you're playing against people that know their shit, they just chuck up the fact they know their shit.
Yeah.
In your home leagues, there's probably going to be people that aren't paying attention to the rookies that are coming in, or not as much as you may be paying attention to. So with this year's class, I probably educate just to hold off a little before going and trying to go and get a rookie right away.
I wouldn't take a rookie before like, unless you like really like, because like in our slow draft, like it's going on before the draft even happens. So like I'm staying away from fucking rookies. But like after the fact, like when sleeper leagues start up and like we get in the season, like after the draft, OTAs, camp, and we have those drafts. A guy that I'm really looking at rookie wise and keep my eye on, if he goes to the 49ers, because I don't think they have like they don't know what they have in Debo, and I think that Sanders is gonna walk. If T. Higgins goes to San Fran, I think that's a match made in heaven. I am looking at him in like maybe the 7th, 8th, 9th round in the draft.
I like the idea of San Fran running with some youth out there at receiver. I actually like that.
And I think T. Higgins is like a perfect match for him.
It's going to be exciting. Make sure you guys check us out for the draft. We'll be having it'll be different than last year, but we'll be doing a live draft stream again this year. Probably get like a panel together and shit like that. Who do you urge? This is our final NFL question, then we're going to get into NBA. Who do you urge all fantasy owners to stay away from this year?
Ooh. There's a couple, but there's one guy that's just screaming like from inside me. Stay the fuck away. Le'Veon Bell. Stay the fuck away from Le'Veon Bell.
Okay. Why?
I think that they're gonna ship him out, and I think he's just gonna be slotted. He's just gonna go somewhere to die. Like it's gonna be a failed experiment here. Gonna go somewhere else. It's gonna be a failed experiment there. He's gonna fucking lose to maybe a rookie, maybe just like a journeyman back. I could see him just being just down in a depth chart somewhere if a move is made. And I don't think the Jets are going to find a way to like utilize him. I think he could get banged up. I think he could have just like an iffy, like helter-skelter year. Another guy I'm staying away from because I don't think the organization has faith in him, and I think they're going to look at other options. And he's banged up frequently. James Conner. Do not draft James Conner at all.
You took mine.
Sorry, bro.
No worries. I could switch it up here. We touched on it earlier. The Texans backfield. I'm out on Duke Johnson and Hyde. Of course, the age with Hyde. Duke just purely only PPR. I like a guy that can get me points in both formats. It's just a lot easier to figure out that way. Like, you know what, you're gonna be producing no matter what. So for that, I'm gonna educate people to just stay away from the backfield there. But of course, James Conner, the goddamn Jets, the fucking Jets.
I didn't mean to take your take, dog, but yeah, like Connor's kind of one that, like, yes, like, no, stay off of him. Like, I gave my boy QC shit for drafting him. I'm like, no, why? And he kept on like throwing him out. He's like, should I start Connor? No, like, no. Go get somebody. Hit waiver wire. Like, there's got to be something there. Like, even at like the tail end of the year, like. I would have rolled out like a Bo Scarborough or like a fucking Kenyon Drake, like, because I did see like him becoming the guy over there, like with DJ kind of like falling off. Like, go get one of those two over like starting a Connor. Like, just trade Connor.
I dig it.
So, I do want to say, with your point about the Texans, I would not stay away, and I would buy Duke Johnson because I have this crazy idea, like going off of another take that I like just had a second ago about the Jets and about the Texans backfield and Duke being a PPR nightmare. Duke has a pretty decent contract. Like his number is pretty high. I could see Le'Veon. I could see Houston being one of the suitors if Le'Veon does get moved. And I could see him literally not performing and, like I just said, losing a spot to a veteran journeyman in Hyde. And I could see Duke Johnson fucking being a beast, like Curtis Martin, like fucking miniature in New York.
So many times, like for like last like 2-3 years about Johnson, I'm over it. I'm done with that.
That guy is super talented, man. If he literally he can eat you up. He can fuck you up.
Yeah, but talking fantasy though.
Yo, but if there is a move there and like the Houston gives up a couple picks, gives up Duke to even out the money, and Le'Veon comes there and Duke's like the number one guy, like then what are you looking at? Because there's only, like we said, fantasy is about getting one of those guaranteed starting 32 running backs.
Yeah. That is fact. That is fact.
And they've rolled out some bums up there in the past couple of years, like Isaiah Crowell. I had like bum, like who were like the couple backs that just didn't work out and didn't even get a job in the league after that. Past couple of years over there.
Alfred Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole situation was pretty bad. You ready to get into some NBA?
Yeah. I'm always ready to.
So, bruh, please tell me. I mean, you see it here with the or over here with Shannon Sharp's face replaced. Tell me you saw fucking Shaq Diesel's hair.
Yo, I don't know. I have an opinion of that. Like, it's funny. Like, I know in homie culture, it's funny to like poke fun and like laugh at like the hairline just going back, like retreating like a motherfucker. It is funny, but I don't know. I feel some sort of way. Like, I know when I go bald, like, I have no shame. Like, I take a shitload of creatine. The DHT is going to catch up. I'm going to lose my locks. I'm going to go bald, and I'm going to shave my shit, dude. I'm going to look like a G. I'm not even going to feel any fucking way about it. But I feel bad for him. Like, he's about to get a lot of memes and a lot of shit with him. It is funny, but, like, I'm one of them dudes that, like, I have no shame. Like, when it starts to go for me, like we're shaving it every other day. I'm gonna get my Goggins on every day and just look like a G.
Bruh. That shit though is bad.
He looks like a full-grown baby.
This man caught Benjamin Button disease and a half, dog. Someone said I can read his mind. Oh my god,
that's fucking great.
I'm rating this better than LeBron's hairline. Oh my gosh,
Dude,
So,
compare. Can you get a side by side of him and Bron?
dude, I didn't even. I should have thought about that before the show.
You should no, dude. I want to make that meme. I want the two of them side by side, like who's winning the race?
Shannon Sharp went in on Shaq yesterday. Like Shannon Sharp ripped him apart, bro. Shit was lit. Shit was lit. Word or note to self: don't lose a bet to D Wade.
Yeah. Don't even bet with D Wade.
Yeah, note to self: don't lose a bet to D Wade. Don't even bet with D Wade. Let's get back into some serious shit. Oh my god, that dude's hairline started back here.
You ever see those like failed barbershop experiences? Like,
Yes,
fix your natural hairline, and it's like
bro. I couldn't believe it. Cool. Shannon Sharp is hilarious, dog. He's the homie. I love Shannon Sharp. Steph Curry returns to the Golden State lineup tonight. What does this mean for the future of this team? Can they return to greatness? Obviously, this season's done.
This season's done. I think you'll see flashes of Steph. Like he's got to get his bearings again. Like he's got to get like having hand surgery. That does fuck with your shot a little bit. Like you got to get like used to that comfort. Like he'll always have that muscle memory of his actual shot, but you just got to get in. You got to get repetitions. Like you just got to get comfortable again. And you kind of got to like re-strengthen like certain like stabilizing and like ligaments and shit within your hand. It's all connected, but I think this means that they will probably not have the worst record in the number 1 overall pick. Like because I think Steph will play savior complex and fucking bring him out of the basement. Not like totally, but like he'll maybe make them, gain a little bit on the West. Like I could see him being in like the 10 spot by the end of the year.
Okay, I dig that. So for me personally, with the addition of them getting Wiggins, Draymond, Mr. Now Converse, because he signed his new deal. Congratulations, Draymond. Clay coming back, of course. Having everyone together, and then the addition of Wiggins. Curry, the rest of this season, get back in shape, get your muscles, get your shot, back in order, and your muscle memory back in order. And then next year, guys, go ahead and go ham on them. I think that this team could, come back, contend for a top 5 seed in the West next year, with everyone together and everyone healthy. So I think that the future is bright for the Warriors. I'm excited for Steph to be back in the lineup. It was hilarious seeing him in G League in G League attire. I was like, oh shit. But of course that was purely temporary. But he's back. Golden State fans, this is something for you to be happy about. You should look forward to the future because the future's bright.
Yeah, this year. They'll be back. That's why I said I want to see who wins the ship this year. Who takes advantage of the sleeping dragon this year?
Exactly. Hey, I'll just grab my cup of water. Fuck, that I have to refill. Oh my gosh. Let me get into the next question then while I go refill this cup of water. The Pelicans announced that Zion will now be playing back-to-back games. Nola is looking to at least snatch up the 8th seed. Is this worth it for Nola or no?
It's worth it. Like I think they could get into like maybe like 7th, 6th, or even stay at the 8. I think they're so talented already as it is. Like regardless of him playing back-to-backs and trying to like get him like used to that and getting him used to the long season of the NBA. I think even without playing him back-to-backs and kind of like the load management, like resting him a little bit, taking it easy on him just because he's had the injury and it's his first year adjusting to the 82-game schedule. I think with the talent already that they have, they would pull the 8 seed, maybe even like might jump to the 7th. Like I love that squad. Like they're deep. Like they're very well balanced. Like they got guys. I watched yesterday. They had a close game against. Oh shit! I already forgot. But I watched most of the game. I was up at the bar for a little bit, and I just love the flow of that offense. Like, and they're like. They're good. They're rangy on defense. Like you got the shutdown guard of, Ball and how I wouldn't say shutdown, but like they're good on defense. Like they're nitty gritty like players. They like to play defense. The ranginess of Ingram, he's come along a lot. He's a solid scoring option now. I just like that team. I think they got like just depth in the right places, and even like I said, without playing Zion back to back and rolling them out there a whole bunch, I really think they can seal up like the 7th or 8th.
Yeah, I think they could definitely seal up. One of those 2 last spots. I have faith in this team. Zion, I know that you got a lot to prove. Missing a national championship and the way that went down, with the knee injury and just so many other fucking things that have gone on in your career in the last just year and a half or so. You need the playoffs. You need the playoffs. You need the Pelicans to show that they have faith in you. The same thing that we were talking about with Dwayne Haskins. Your organization has to stand behind you. Good, bad, right, wrong, indifferent. Well, not wrong, because you beat your wife, then fuck you. We've seen too much bad shit go on. So not wrong, but I mean the New Orleans standing behind him, Gentry standing behind him, them activating him and playing back-to-back minutes last night, closing out the game, going up against Luka Doncic, which was an awesome fucking game. Doncic got the best of him. Zion's going to have to keep playing, work on, trying to get a little bit leaner so he can move a little bit quicker. That's why Doncic was able to do what he did towards the end of that game, just had, more energy. When you have less body fat, you can have more energy like that. So, I mean, I just want to see Zion get the experience this year in his rookie year, use the offseason, get super, super healthy, lean up a little bit, and come out and dog on these hoes next year.
Yep.
Let's see here. Told Koo that we were going to talk about the Knicks situation. I haven't heard, that they're going to go after. He was talking about Chris Paul going to the Knicks. I have a different take and a different bone to pick with the Knicks, but I'm not going to entertain Chris Paul right now. And I'm going to try and use what little bit of energy that I have left in me to be able to curse you the fuck out, James Dolan. James Dolan, you are an asshat of an owner. Damn, dude, I thought that Dan Snyder was bad. I thought that dude ticked me off. I'm not even a Knicks fan. And for what you did to Spike Lee, my good sir, you are a 100% complete and total ass hat. You deserve, Nick, 3, 2, 1. Just so you, sir. Your number one fan, your number one celebrity fan at that, $10 million in season tickets over the course of 3 decades. This man's been going to the Garden since his dad was taking him as a kid. He has used that same fucking entrance for 20 years straight. On top of that, what entrance that Spike Lee, Mr. Knicks, doesn't matter that he uses. He should be able to use whatever entrance in Madison Square Garden that he wants to. You don't see the Heat having problems. You don't see the Lakers having problems. Denzel still go to the games in LA. Mr. Nicholson a little bit older right now, so he's not attending games and stuff like that like he used to. But all these other celebrities go to any other court in the whole fucking league. and they get treated right. They sit there, they enjoy the game, you know, yada yada yada. You ain't gonna do Jay-Z like that. You ain't gonna do the King of New York like that. So why are you gonna do Spike Lee like that? Who has given so much to the team, who has given so much to the culture of basketball, given so much to the culture of basketball through cinema.
Mm-hmm. When you think about the Knicks, you think about Spike Lee.
Exactly.
And Dolan is a fucking asshat, dude. He needs to sell the team. As far as though fucking trading and getting Chris Paul, that is a fucking total Knicks move. That is a total Dolan and Dolan's guys move.
Dude, really quick. See, now I keep hearing his name. It just pisses me off more. You know, you're right there. That is a total fucking Knicks moves. You don't need. He's old. He's old. You don't need that, especially when you have the youth that you're trying to build around. If you're gonna bring in someone that's you know got some veteran experience, I can understand. Let's seek someone a little bit younger there. Someone that's, I don't know, not on the edge of walking in a fucking rocker when they retire.
They did the exact same thing with Baron Davis.
Yeah.
And I love Baron Davis.
You know, I just this whole situation. Then on top of that, you look at any other team's PR department on Twitter. Okay, so I'm gonna give everyone a little bit of industry behind the scenes. Okay, because I've been in touch with teams' PR departments trying to get press passes and shit like that, all that stuff. Every team has their own Twitter, and then their PR department has a fucking Twitter. The PR department is where stuff like, I don't know, the changing of a media entrance is supposed to be posted publicly. If this entrance had changed, why didn't anyone else know about it?
Yeah. And two, in a way, I could see it being like a jealousy, like a fucking some sort of complex that, in a way, Dolan feels like some sort of way that Spike Lee is more known with the Knicks. Like, if the Knicks are name dropped, then he is, and it's just like a fucking like superiority, like ego complex of some sort. But also, I didn't know if you hear about, like, while we're on this subject. Did you hear about the fan that got kicked out of the stadium and banned for fucking chanting by the owner's box repeatedly, "Sell the team, Dolan"?
Yeah. There have been fans that have been banned, and that's actually not just one fan. There have been fans that have been banned for the facility because Dolan doesn't like the back talk or whatever. Spike Lee's never said a damn thing bad about James Dolan, Mr. Jim Dickhead Dolan. So why you act like this towards Spike, I have no idea. And then to make matters worse, you then, between yesterday and this morning, try to make it as if they came out with a statement stating, oh, the incident with Spike Lee had nothing to do with race. No one even fucking said that.
Yeah.
You said that. You just said that.
I hate that media and shit always brings that in. Like, always.
You bring it in. That's the fucked up part. The Knicks did it. The Knicks did.
Oh my God.
The Knicks released a statement. We just wanted to let everybody know that the situation with Mr. Lee had nothing to do with race.
Oh my God.
Spike never went on.
Dude, this is like, did you hear about the shit that happened in oh man, I forget what state. I think it's like one of like the Midwest, like right dead in the middle of the country states, that some guy was in Olive Garden and literally asked the manager if he could have a non-ethnic, non-minority server. Like, got it, and the fucking manager literally got fucking shit canned for fucking doing that. But they both were like, when asked about it by like the news correspondents, were just like, but I'm not racist. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, that manager should have been like, no, like, this is my dude. Like, he's one of my people. Like, deal with it. Like, in a way, this is when the customer isn't always right. Shut the fuck up and order your food, and we'll give you a fucking good service. Don't be an asshole. And that dude just shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you live in 2020. Shut the fuck up.
What's good, BKB? Hopping in over here on Sportscaster, my dog. Bro, I legitimately cannot believe this. You know, you like they brought up the race factor, like you just said. You know, very similar to what happened in that Midwest restaurant there. And then they did that on their own. And then on top of that, the statement before that, oh yeah, me and Spike, we spoke. You know, we shook hands. Everything is going to be good. Everything is going to be fine. They never shook hands. Why are you lying?
I just think that, like, to put out the
Dolan's acceptable.
It was nothing to do with race. To put that out is like saying some fucking controversial shit or some fucking asshole racist shit, and then be like, "But I'm not racist." Like, it's
like, bring that up when you weren't even accused of that. You weren't even accused of that.
Oh my god.
There was not a single fucking tweet.
That dude in the restaurant did the same thing. But then, like, why are you asking? Like,
yeah, like, bro, people are fucking dumb, dude. And James Dolan, you are no exception, sir. I really hope that someone clips this and sends it to you, because you, sir, do not deserve to own a team. You annoy the hell out of me, and I am so thankful that I am not a New Yorker. I am not a New York Knicks fan. I have no type of allegiance to you, so I could just dig in and roast you all the fuck I want. Gosh. There's this Knicks podcast that wants me to feature with them, and I'm just like, are you sure you want me to come on your show? Like, are you sure you want this? It'll get bad. It is what it is.
That team has so many power forwards. I swear, even the janitors and like the ushers are failed power forwards.
James Dolan, I have black players on my team. I'm not racist. The thing is that he's not. Like, he legitimately has a history that shows that he's not. Aside from the whole thing with Oakley and Spike Lee, he gives jobs, you know, to the Knicks staff. Like, he's always been known, you know, for kind of being down with the Browns. Like, why the fuck?
That's funny.
It's like Jake said, I'm not racist. I have black players. Like, fuck.
He doesn't strike me as like the racist, but like, it's just crazy how, like, nowadays, it, like, in a way, you can't say what you fucking want to say. Or, like, you can't give reason, but you have to give the, like, I'm not racist, like, response to things. Like, just because how, like, outrage culture and just, like, shit is. People take your shit and run with it. And then, like, people say some fucking dumb, I'm going to do some PR and save my ass, like, comments like that.
Yeah, and he, like I said, bro, he didn't have to say shit. The Knicks organization did not have to put out a presser. They just had to let this blow over. Nope. Dolan got a big ass mouth. What's good, Sir Cardinal? Let's get into last night's death-defying, Evil Knievel ass event that had happened. Volcano Live went down last night. Nick Walinda, famous tightrope walker of the great Walinda family, accomplished a feat of walking across an active volcano on a fucking tightrope. How athletic is this? How impressed? Did you see this, by the way?
I watched the clip afterwards. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of impressed with it, but he did have like what do you call like a trail harness, like holding him up. So, like, really wasn't like, dude, if this dude falls, like, he's fucking done. Like, it wasn't that, but still, it's a feat of athleticism. I like daredevil shit, man. Like, I want to jump out of a plane one day. I want to, like, base jump. Like, I'm a fucking adrenaline junkie. I like fucking crazy, like scary scenarios and shit like that. So I respect it on that level, and I also respect it on athleticism. Like fucking walking a tightrope is fucking tough, man.
Yeah, with gas masks, the goggles.
he literally, I was watching McAfee today, and he's like, he had a bigger and thicker than Jeremy Tunsil gas mask on. Like,
yeah. Dude, I watched it last night. I watched it live. I watched it from fucking beginning to end. And at first I was like, yo, that's crazy. It's fucking dangerous. And then the more and more I started watching him walk, and I started seeing like the trail harness behind him, I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. I'm lied to right now. I am lied to right now. There's no, if you are going to walk across an active volcano and you are advertising that you are going to walk across an active volcano, I want to see you damn near die. Like, part of your stunt better be that you accidentally slip somehow. You better purposely stage a slip in the middle of this, and you catch yourself on the road and then bring yourself back up. Like, and you gotta hold the damn balance bar in your teeth while pulling yourself back up. Like, that's what the fuck I wanted to see. I'm not gonna front. I was there to see the motherfucker die. Like, I don't want to see death. Like if I want to see death, I'll just go back. I'll just re-enlist, go back to Afghanistan. But like, see a motherfucker fall, I don't know how many feet into an active volcano, and then just sitting there at my TV like, oh, he dead. I would have been okay with that.
You sound like just typical American right now. I want to see blood. I want to see somebody shed risk.
Exactly. Yeah, Deion Waiters with the signs with the Lakers. I just saw that at the bottom of the screen. Congrats. But no, man, I have so many more jokes for this. His wife was more impressive. Did you see what his wife did?
Mm.
So her stunt wasn't as like directly over the volcano. I think she had a little bit more sense. Well, women usually do than us. If that were the case, then the whole cast of Jackass wouldn't be all dudes.
Yeah.
So she was like doing like some weird trapeze thing and like this like circular shit. Looked like a piece of a sex swing, to be honest. And she hung from the top of like this circular trapeze object, sex swing like object from her fucking teeth. And it was just like, oh, like, bruh, it was crazy. It was crazy. Now, I will say there's one part that I did like about Nick's stunt. When he got towards the end, he started talking that shit, bro. He started talking shit to everyone in the world sitting there watching him live. This man was like, I am one with fear. I challenge death every day. And he's like, you want to be successful? He started getting on his like Goggins, Gary V soapbox type of deal, giving a motivational speech while walking across a tightrope. And bro, I love my wife, but my wife has not figured out that entrepreneurship is 10 times harder than working in a corporate America. You know?
Oh yeah.
So when he started talking that shit, she cut me the evilest look. And I was like, just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, talk that shit. I looked at her and I was like, yeah, this is what it takes to be successful. You got to fucking sacrifice. What now? What, motherfucker? I started talking so much. She's like, shut up. Dude,
you gotta go to a dark motherfucking place. Like, you just like fucking corporate America, fucking like in like doing feats like that, just in life and you got to go to a dark fucking place. Like people like rawness, people like fire, like people that are like real and like dedicated and motivated and like driven, like fire. People that fucking are soft or like the easy way out, or like a lot of people in corporate America, when you're like fire like that, they're like you're too much. Like it's why those certain like motivational speakers that are all like about just like rawness and fire and like passion and shit like that don't get brought in. They get like the mamby-pamby, like let's be corporate, like let's like beat around the bush, like everybody be like a part of like
PC as fuck.
Instead of bringing in like the Goggins, the Gary V's that keep it real, the fucking Billy Osbrooks, like the people that are just like, no, fuck that. Bring the fire. People like fire.
Dude, that speech motivated me. I was like, man, I don't care how sick I am. I'm getting up and I'm doing this podcast episode tomorrow. But then at the same time, I was like, but I'm not going to have no damn safety rope on my back while I do this. I walk through this journey, no ropes, no nothing. I'm out here.
Yeah.
Nick Walinda, athletic feet, but you took the bitch way out.
In a way, man, like you get more confidence with shit not having a safety net.
Exactly.
Like I know there's somebody that's probably listening right now that like thinks I don't have guidelines. I'm always told that I don't have guidelines. Like I have like no limit certain shit. It's just because there is no fucking safety net on just anything to do with me. I'm all in.
All in.
All the time.
The marathon continues, baby. Let's go. Last topic here on the Rum Report. UFC 248, Adesanya versus Romero. Who wins and why?
Ooh, dude, love Adesanya. Dude, he is so fucking skilled and so technical. At the top of his game. But Adesanya is also got a mouth. Like he's a little. I like that shit. Like I like dudes with a mouth. I got a little bit of mouth. I got an edge. I got a cockiness to me. I got moxie to me. I love the like. It's like why I love like anti-heroes and like Deadpool and like just quick-witted people because I'm quick-witted and I talk shit and I live in the moment. But I also like know when to do it, when to turn that off, when to just fucking focus, and then when to fucking take somebody's soul and talk that shit. Looking at it like I go with Adi because it's just Adi. But I think his mouth, like I think his like cockiness, like that could get him a little bit in trouble. I think Romero is like literally like feels disrespected and is pissed off. And that dude is a fucking strong ass motherfucker. He is old, but he is strong as shit. And his striking is fucking it's up there. I don't know. I think we could maybe be fucking surprised, but I'm still going Adi.
I think we could be surprised. This is a 5-round match. I'm taking Adesanya in 3. Romero, he can brawl. He's a fighter. So yeah. I don't see anything happening in the first and second. You know, you're talking about age versus youth, experience. Adesanya a little bit skinnier. Romero, short, stocky, built like a fucking pit bull. But tanks can be stopped. I've seen an A1 Abrams get blown the fuck up. And I think that's going to happen in the 3rd round where Yoel Romero, the A1 Abrams of the UFC, is going to get blown up. That right hand on Adesanya is like an RPG or an anti-tank missile. It's going to go right through Romero's face in the 3rd round, and he's going to hit that mat, and he's going to kiss it, and that's going to be it is what it is. Everybody's watched the show long enough. If Adesanya is getting brought up on this show, I'm likely to be the biased one to pick him. We'll see what the rest of the panel says tomorrow night on Rumboyz After Dark. I'm going to bring this up again tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune into that 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
See, I got kind of like out of left field take. I think it's going to go to a decision. I think it's like we're going to see a whole fight here. I think we're going to see a brawl. And
Romero has a chin to do it. Romero has a chin to do it. You're right. I like that.
Yeah, and I don't know if Adi will get caught. So like that's why I could see it go to decision. But they always go with the champion. In decisions, most like we saw that with fucking John Jones and Reyes. Like in my opinion, I feel like Reyes kind of like made a case to win that fight, but it always does go to the champion most times, and that's why I could kind of see it like be Adi, but like go to a decision. But I think Romero's gonna hang. I think he's really legitimately like everybody says everybody's got a puncher's chance. Like it could be anybody's day in the fight game, but I'm not sleeping, but I'm still picking Adi.
Okay, I dig it. 1 second.
I think it's going to decision for sure, though.
Okay, guys. Well, you heard it here first. Nick has it going to decision, so all 5 rounds. He's picking Adesanya, the style bender. I'm picking style bender in round 3. It's going to be an epic fight. Make sure you guys check us out here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. I'm excited for this one. He's my favorite current fighter in the UFC, so it's definitely going to be dope. Make sure you guys head to rumboyz.com. We got some new merch up. The merch has been selling fast. Y'all have been like, I was shocked. I checked my orders yesterday, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? That's good, though. That's a really good thing. We're growing. We're about 40 away from the 2K mark. Make sure you guys keep sharing the content, keep putting it out there. Showing that love, spreading the word to the rest of your friends, family, classmates, social media, all that good stuff. Follow me on social media at Rumboyz, spelled with a Z, Net. Nick Howard, talk to him, bro. What you got coming up?
Should be on here with you next week, man. I assume, because love doing these shits with you. The panelist, I'm your co-host. Some shit coming up with me. I don't know. I wanted to kind of like put some stuff up, do some content. I also got like my podcast is like coming down the pipe like really soon. But as far as like content and like YouTube in particular, I kind of might put some stuff out, but I might take like a slight little break because I'm kind of like gonna put my head down and like grind here in a little bit. I want to get my ass back into like fucking like professional athlete, like elite level shape, and I want to get my business going. And I also took on I just took on 2 new, like I'm bartending at 2 places now, and also like working a day job. So like I'm putting my head down and I'm grinding, and I'm kind of like doing me. I'm on my purpose right now. In the past, I've kind of always been about like others, like always about help. My door's still open. I still fuck with anybody in the family like that wants some help, advice, or just fucking somebody to talk to. But I'm putting my head down, like I'm grinding, like I'm turning over like
a new leaf. Yeah.
I don't like to say new leaf, but like I'm back to like being the me a couple years back, before I kind of got distracted and like sacrificed other things. So I don't know as far as like I think some stuff will be coming out, but it's time to work my business, work me, and kind of just like be on my purpose and just grind my head off.
Hell yeah, I feel that. I'm gonna keep trying to get over this sickness, guys. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. Make sure that you swipe like, make sure you share the content. Not even just this specific piece of content. Like, go back and find your favorite piece of content and be like, yo, like, if you see a friend that's like a Broncos fan, be like, yo, my homie interviewed Drew Lock, like, just show them the interview or some shit. Get people interested, keep talking about it, keep feeling the buzz. Like I said, follow me Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Rumboyz, spelled with a Z, Net. Google me, motherfucker, at this point. Rumboyz.com for the hottest articles, merch, you name it. We got it up there. Draft guide coming soon. And yeah, cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do.
Dilly, man.
We out of here.
Take care, family.